In the 80s, we used to watch a show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, where a hoity-toity guy named Robin Leach would take us to all corners of the world and show us how the other half lives with their champagne kisses and caviar dreams. And we didn't really think anything of it. We also had shows like Dynasty and Falcon Crest and Dallas, all primetime soap operas that were all about rich families and their struggles and fights and infighting and all that, kind of like a fictional precursor to the Kardashians and the Real Housewives of wherever. And we rarely thought anything about it because that's just how it was. Rich people were on TV. You're on TV because you're rich, and you're rich because you're on TV. So it goes all the way back to the robber baron era, and even during the Depression, people would get away from their daily troubles by going to the movies and seeing the big celebrity, bougie movie stars. Now we're kind of having a backlash to a lot of that, and people are starting to think that the canceling of celebrities is going to make our lives better, and taking away their riches is going to empower us or enrich us somehow, and it's just not really the way that it works. In this video, I'm going to try to point out a few of the ways why the hating of celebrities and the canceling of artists and people that do things like music and movies and TV is not the answer. It's the billionaires. Spoiler, it's the billionaires. Hi friends, I'm back for another one. We're going to talk about class consciousness and how it's kind of being directed in the wrong ways. But before we get into all of that, I do want to clap back at the celebrity class a little bit. And in my research for this and a few other videos, I found that there are at least 35 award shows for movies and TV and other arts around the world. And I just don't know how these people don't break their arms patting themselves on the back all year long. 35 award shows. That's more than 3 every month. And since there's an award show season, that means there's dozens. You get the Emmys and the Oscars and the Grammys and the American Music Awards and the Juno Awards, and every regional area has their own. There's California, there's Seattle Awards, and then Europe has all their awards, and there's the Cannes Film Festival, and it's just almost silly. But that being said, let's talk about the billion-dollar movies. All of the billion-dollar movies in a given year proves that people are full of shit when they say they're trying to cancel celebrities and have this backlash to this elitist Hollywood or Hollyweird or whatever you want to call it, because with all of the celebrity blockout stuff, you're downplaying of the celebrity worship and all of that, the fake disgust that people have for celebrities, that if that were true, then there wouldn't be one billion-dollar movie in a year, let alone dozens. And that's not even including all of the ones that are not billion-dollar movies even. I mean, for real, have a little discernment about where you spend your entertainment dollars. People don't just go to the movies willy-nilly anymore. And somehow there's still dozens of billion-dollar movies every year. All right, that point being said, let's move on to the fake celebrity hate that you see online a lot. On Facebook, there was a particular picture that I saw of Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman and a bunch of other celebrities, and there's like 30 celebrities sitting around this, maybe not that many, 15 celebrities sitting around a table, and they're like, how many can you name? And I've seen these pictures a bunch of times where there's a bunch of celebrities, and they're like, how many can you name? And half of the comments will be, well, I don't know any of those people. And first off, it was in your algorithm, so apparently it has something to do with you. You've either, obviously, you're commenting on this one, so it's just going to be in your algorithm more. So if you don't care about that kind of thing, stop interacting with it. Something has directed it to you, and you're just reinforcing it by commenting, by stopping long enough to comment. The algorithm recognizes that as engagement. So if you want it to go away, just keep scrolling, man. There's only two kinds of people that do that kind of thing anyway. The kind of person that saw that picture and looked at every single person individually, and then they were mad or embarrassed or whatever and lash out with a comment like, I don't know any of these people. Well, you cared enough to look and to check. And then the second kind of person is the person that just glances at it and sees that it's celebrities and virtue signal that those people aren't as important as they think they are. So I'm going to comment that I don't know any of them, and it's okay because it's punching up. And both of those kinds of people are part of what's wrong with the world today. And to belabor a point, if it's not for you, why comment? Everybody's got main character syndrome that makes them feel like their opinion is important, even if it's a subject that they have nothing to do with. Normalize not knowing things. An egregious example that I saw on that very same post was a guy lambasting celebrities, and I don't know any of those people. And after commenting back and forth, I got drawn into the whole Facebook drama. I went to his page, and the guy is a musician and an actor in an independent movie that he's trying to promote. And of all people that should understand how that level of celebrity works, it boggled my mind. I mean, I don't go on to sports ball pages and comment, football sucks. Why do you guys watch this stuff? I don't know any of these people. It's just embarrassing for you, or it should be. And it's intrusive and insulting to people that are just trying to enjoy things. Now let's talk about the LA fires. Every comment section under a post about the LA fires, there was comments that were hurtful and not only spreading disinformation, but the lack of humanity and compassion was appalling in some of these comment sections. There's a recent trend of class consciousness, and you're being taught to hate celebrities and people with money and the oligarchy and billionaires and all of that. And the anger is justified. but it's misplaced because, yeah, sure, there was a lot of celebrities that lost everything, and some will rebound, and some have other homes they can go to, but they were still humans, and they lost memories and pictures and everything that they had to their human self. And yeah, they'll have more money, but a lot of people in those neighborhoods, the only money they had was the equity in those homes. And the fact that those homes were valued at so much is the only thing that made them rich. Now that that's gone, they're homeless and they have nothing to show for it. That's a whole other conversation. Back to the actors and people that lost things. Just because you see somebody on TV, I don't know if it's always been that way, but we used to think that everybody you saw on TV or on the movie screen or on MTV were millionaires, and it just doesn't work that way. That actor you see on a TV show, especially if they're not the main build people, those were working people. And even if they were worth a couple of $1 million, most of that net worth, like I said, was in that house. I mean, but a lot of them, they say a lot of people, especially in Hollywood, you think are famous people. A lot of those people are 3 or 4 months from homelessness. I mean, they're making paycheck to paycheck the way all of us little people are. The true wealth disparity is not with celebrities that have a couple of $1 million or even $100 million. That person that has $100 million is closer to homelessness and poverty than they are to being a billionaire. Think about it like that. I mean, the difference between $1 million and $1 billion is about $1 billion. So the true wealth dispersion is between us and the billionaires. So keep that in mind the next time you want to go online and attack celebrities for being out of touch millionaires. Because, yeah, sometimes they act like it. People are stupid. But you know what? You probably act like that compared to a homeless person, too. So we all just need to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. I love you all. Thanks for listening to this rant. Bye.